Okay, so you've probably seen that Wuthering Waves has actually had a ton of news whenever it comes to awards, and it seems like the game is doing extremely well overall in terms of winning over the player base and also just racking in some titles. And pretty much in this video, I wanted to quickly go through both the awards that they've been nominated and also won, but don't worry, I'm not going to be stretching out a long tweet and making it into an 8-minute video. There's actually some new kind of information from the developers reacting to some of these awards that they've actually won, which is very, very interesting and could hint at an even brighter future for Wuthering Waves. But before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy it, and also go to my Twitch where I'm going to be streaming live. I definitely recommend going over there and give me a follow, because then you get notified as soon as I go live. We'll be doing a ton of Wuthering Waves stuff, as well as reacting to a ton of Wuthering Waves and gacha content, so I definitely recommend going over there, checking me out. And yeah, the link will be down below. Let's get back into the video. So the first one that Wuthering Waves is actually mentioned in, I think it was only by a few hours or so, but pretty much it actually got announced, so they got through to the selected round of 10, which if you don't know, the Game Awards actually hold a Player's Voice Award, where players can actually vote for it. Now, there are 3 gacha games here. Obviously, we've got the 2 Hoyoverse games, Genshin Impact and Xenosaga Zero, and then Wuthering Waves is also in the middle there, which again, is great to see that the community has actually managed to get enough votes to get through to the last 10. Now, will they make it further? I don't really know. I don't know if that's going to be a thing, if we're going to be able to get it that far. These things kind of surprise you whenever it comes to the community voting, but I definitely have voted for Wuthering Waves to get through to the next round. But again, we'll have to find out a little bit later today, whenever this video comes out. I'll put out a tweet or something about it. But again, it's very exciting that we are through to the next round of the Game Awards, and also they've been nominated for Mobile Game of the Year as well, which again is great. But one of the main things that struck a lot of people recently was actually Wuthering Waves winning Mobile Game of the Year in the Gaming on Phone Awards. Now, obviously, I talked about this a little bit ago. I talked about the, kind of possibilities of them winning some of the awards. They were actually nominated for multiple awards, but this was the only award that they won, which I think is kind of surprising. I don't think I saw them actually win anything else. I'm pretty sure it was literally just this. And it seems like they did play like a little bit safe in terms of the awards, because every single gacha game got an award for different things, at least the ones that were nominated. Xenosaga Zero got Best Visual Spectacle, which I'm not too sure if that's correct. I feel like there's some other games there that could have done better. Again, Genshin Impact got Best Update, which was Natlan. I mean, some people could argue that was, an easy win, but I don't really know. It seems like, it was a little bit kind of safe for them just to kind of give every game an award. And, Wuthering Waves only got 1 award, but at least it was Mobile Game of the Year, which obviously is one of the top ones that you can get in this kind of category. But I'm not going to bore you with those posts anymore, because we actually have a new post, which is Narashir has kindly put this up on their Twitter, saying, an interview with the developers of Wuthering Waves following the commercial and global success. Wuthering Waves Google Awards Best Storyline of the Year in Taiwan and Hong Kong, and Best Google Play PC Game of the Year in Japan. Now, this is in response to the actual Google Play Awards, which they won a couple of things in. That was a couple of weeks ago. I'm pretty sure I did do a little piece on that in another video, but pretty much they go and ask some of the, developers what they think about this. And the first question was, Wuthering Waves has received great feedback in the Japanese and Korean markets. Can you share any insight? And then this person called Zhong Hong, who I'm guessing is one of the developers, says, we're delighted to see that the content and the gameplay of our product are well received by Japanese and Korean players. Users in these regions particularly value 2 aspects. Number 1, brand momentum. They care whether the brand feels influential and promising. Therefore, at launch, we carried out extensive promotional efforts to establish that we have the capability to build a sustainable brand, which again, they definitely did do. If you saw a lot of my videos on the Japanese advertising and also Korean advertising, with all the stuff going on with AGF and everything like that, it definitely seems like they are trying to build up quite a big brand over in Japan and over in the East. And then they say number 2, sustained service capability. Players focus on the quality of the game updates and whether the customer service system is robust. Offline brand building is also highly valued in Japan and Korea. We continue to collaborate with local brands for co-marketing and increased exposure, as well as participate in gaming exhibitions through these multi-dimensional efforts. We aim to gradually earn deeper trust from local users, which again, we can see everything going on with like AGF and also Tokyo Game Show, stuff like that. They've been attending a lot of those events, which again is great, and it seems like there are a lot of people talking about it, and it seems like they are building up their Japanese and Korean audience quite a bit. So again, it definitely is working for them. Then the next question was, did the outcome of Wuthering Waves at the Tokyo Game Show meet your expectation? They say, we're very satisfied with the results of TGS. The crowd enthusiasm, player feedback, and social media responses were all very positive. However, these outcomes may not directly translate into revenue or metrics. For us, participating in TGS is primarily a form of brand promotion, a way to establish player recognition and trust in our brand. In the Japanese market, an excellent product is expected to have this level of presence for players to feel confident in investing long term. Additionally, we use the event to showcase the game's characters, content and assets to more players while expressing our gratitude for the support of local players. So again, they don't really use it as a massive marketing technique, but it also does increase the overall awareness of the brand, and I think that's what a lot of gacha game companies need to do, and even just any kind of company needs to do. You need to be there, like even if you're not doing anything absolutely spectacular and people are always seeing you at these events, then you are going to get noticed a lot more. So again, it's good to see that they have recognized that. And then they go on to say, with Wuthering Waves adopting a global cross-platform distribution approach, will Kuro's future products continue down this path? We believe global cross-platform distribution is better suited for content-driven games like Wuthering Waves. If we develop similar games in the future, we will build on this experience. If future projects differ from this type, we may not necessarily choose the same distribution model. It depends on the specific characteristics of each project, which again, if you see with PGR, there's been a little bit of drama of them actually catching up to global things. So that's a pretty good response there, I'd say, to kind of not make that any worse, but also say, hey, with Wuthering Waves, we are working on making it global, and it's doing a very, very good job at making it global. So again, I think that's great. And some of the questions actually go on to some more like brand kind of questions. Again, I don't think a lot of players would be interested in that. Then they move on to like, are you concerned that players might not have the time to fully experience Wuthering Waves and may gradually drop out as new versions roll out? They say yes, to some extent it can be challenging for players to engage deeply with games like ours. The game's file size is large, it has high hardware requirements, and achieving an immersive experience demands relatively complete blocks of time. For us, the key challenge is ensuring that the content is compelling enough. The content itself must have sufficient appeal for players to feel it's worth the cost and effort to engage with. Looking ahead, Wuthering Waves will develop further as an IP and become a long-term companion product. We hope the worldview and characters created by Kuro can grow alongside our players. However, this process is quite challenging and requires gradual exploration. Again, that's very, very cool, and I think that, you know, adding a couple of events and extra things might actually help out with that, and, you know, help players kind of be retained for a little bit longer, and also help new players get into the game, especially in later versions whenever there's like a lot of story and stuff and people might get a little bit overwhelmed. Now we've actually got some thoughts on the upcoming version of 2.0 of Wuthering Waves. They say, we poured an immense amount of effort into 2.0. It's packed with rich content, including new maps, new gameplay, and new characters, all of which are worth looking forward to. In terms of promotion, we've invested substantial resources globally. With pre-launch teasers already underway, through the 2.0 version, we hope to show players our growth and progress. Now obviously the rest of this article kind of talks into the kind of stuff about running the company and also going into Google Play stuff, which I don't really want to bore you with. I kind of went over most of the questions that actually were to do with Wuthering Waves and, you know, what's going to come in the future and what they think about them winning awards and also having all this support from the community. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more of an idea of, you know, what the developers think about this and how they're working to improve the game overall. Honestly, it seems like Kuro Games are doing a very good job whenever it comes to this kind of stuff, and they definitely seem like a lot of like very down-to-earth people. You know, they know what works, they know what doesn't work, and I've said this so many times in my videos. You know, I've repeated the same sentiments that they've repeated in this article. So again, hopefully, you know, we do see some more stuff coming out for version 2.0 in the future. Obviously, they left a little bit of a teaser there, be like, hey, we got some new like teaser trailers and stuff ready to come out. So hopefully we do see them very, very soon. And yeah, it's just a very, very good way of seeing how Wuthering Waves is doing overall. And hopefully we can see them win even more awards like the Gaming on Phone Awards, and hopefully win the Game Awards in the upcoming days on the 12th of December. So again, don't forget to go vote for this kind of stuff, and also, you know, vote for any other awards as well, not just the Game Awards, whatever comes out at any point. If you see one, you know, go ahead and share it, because it will be good for Wuthering Waves and the overall brand to kind of show off this thing, because they talked about in the interview saying that, hey, you know, we go to all of these events and stuff so that we can get our, you know, name out there. And one way to get your name out there is being at the Game Awards, being at the Gaming on Phone Awards. Again, it's very, very good for their branding overall. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. Do you think that, you know, Wuthering Waves is going to improve? And do you think this is a good kind of article to cover? And that, you know, it seems like Kuro Games are making some really, really good progress. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And also go to my Twitch, where I'm going to be streaming live. Again, I said it'll be down in the link in the description down below, or down in the pinned comment down below. Just go and give me a follow, and then you get notified as soon as I go live. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.